let's get real. You've tried the apps, you've done the planners, you followed advice from the people who make it look so easy, and you've thought, why does this work for everyone but me, as usual? I'm here to tell you it's not you. I promise it's actually not you. But we can certainly talk about why nothing's sticking. The thing that nobody is saying, from my perspective, out loud in the ADHD space is that, well, most of the content out here in these streets, it's giving hustle and bypass culture. Just check off this box and you'll be fixed. You'll be good. Episode after episode of tips and hacks and how to optimize the shit out of your brain. And yeah, it feels really good in the moment. You feel seen, validated, furiously taking notes. The procrastivity is working, feeling like you've done something about all this. And then Thursday comes around, as it does, and you find yourself in the same shame spiral of shoulds that you were in last Thursday. Here's what I've learned after years of coaching late diagnosed ADHD women. Feeling seen is just the starting line, not the finish line, if there even is a finish line, which I don't even think there is. What actually moves the needle is a sequence, dare I say, a path. Something your brain can follow that kind of says do this, then that, because healing can absolutely have an order. And I'm using healing as this catch-all term for permitting all the pieces of you to exist as a whole, unbroken being. From what I can see, nobody's built that kind of sequence. Please let me know if I am mistaken, which would be fine. And so, regardless, I am creating that. What you've stumbled onto is not just a podcast, it is a complimentary 6-month self coaching program. It is most specifically for late diagnosed ADHD women, but everybody can benefit. It is built from the ground up to actually cultivate transformation, not just good vibes, based on a few years of feedback, pivots, and experiences with my own clients. I know you're like, free, Vic, what? In this economy, I know it's wild, but I think it's important. So the journey will look like this. Month 1, we start with the nervous system because, in my opinion, nothing else works if you're running on fumes and survival mode. Not boundaries, not self-trust, nothing. We got to build that stuff up. That's the foundation. We start from there. Month 2 is self-trust. Real, actual self-trust. The kind built from tiny kept promises to yourself, not affirmations you don't believe. There's a touch of shadow work with this one, so keeping that in mind. Month 3, now we get to go a bit deeper. The limiting beliefs, more shadow work, the stories you've inherited that have been running your life without your permission that may have nothing to do with ADHD. Sorry to say. Month 4, we will tackle the rumination spiral, those 3 a.m. loops, conversations you've rehearsed 500 times that don't end up happening. Often that harsh critic. Month 5, actual people pleasing to actual boundaries from a nervous system that we have created a foundation for, that is regulated and has a larger window of tolerance. Thank you, polyvagal theory. Month 6 is the whole point. Embodied autonomy, making decisions from your gut, not your anxiety, responding, not reacting, living in actual authenticity, not just trendy. 6 months, 24 episodes, a potentially complete transformation arc at your beck and call, should you choose into this game board. This is for you, firstly, honestly, if you're a mortal having this 3D experience, I believe. It's more specifically for you if you got your ADHD diagnosis as an adult and you cried in the car on the way home, because it finally explained both everything as well as spelled out the years of unseen and untouched grief that you have felt. There is a grief cycle in this whole thing. You maybe have tried coaching before and left feeling like the problem was you or a salty taste in your mouth because the strategies never accounted for your hormones, your body, your nervous system, which runs differently than what we have been shown or led to believe. I could be in a pulpit about all this. Maybe you're holding a full life together on the outside while running on absolutely empty on the inside. But that probably goes beyond neurodiverse and touches everybody a little bit. You don't need more information. You already know a lot. You get to have something to actually shift within your body because the body knows. The body knows first and it communicates with the brain. That's what this is for. So I'll paint you a little tableau, if you will, real quick. 6 months from now, you get a text that you would typically send yourself into a 2-day spiral. And instead, you feel that emotion, you breathe it in, you respond, not react from a grounded place, and move on with your day. That is a possibility. That can be learned and adjusted. Maybe 6 months from now, someone asks you to do something that is a hell no for your nervous system, and you say, that doesn't work for me. Not only do you mean it, you don't apologize for a week afterward, and you also don't give any context. You put a period after that. I know. What a dream. Maybe 6 months from now, you make a big scary decision and you don't poll everyone first. You check in with your body. You trust what comes up. You accept what will be. It's not a personality transplant. This is actually what regulation gets to look like, with varying lenses on different people, of course. It's what self-trust actually feels like in practice. And in my opinion, that's where we must begin well before all the neurodivergent tips, tricks, biohacks, and more that we are littered with. And about me, I'm Victoria. Call me Viki. I'm a PCC resilience coach for the neurodiverse. I'm also trained in trauma sensitivity, somatic, and breath work, holotropic breath work. I'm late diagnosed myself. I'm an only child, a Capricorn at that, adventuring with PCOS and MCAS, a recovering people pleaser from Jersey, Soprano Jersey, not Snooki Jersey, who essentially spent way too long thinking that she was just bad at adulting and like basically being a person. It's crazy. I wasn't just being a bad person. I just needed the best suited tools for me, an individualized container. I feel that this is the container. Well, this is the container that I built and modeled off myself, and maybe it will be close to being yours too, or that you can model yours off of. So what now? What the hell? Subscribe. Start with a few appetizers from the ADHD playlist or dive right into month 1 if you're here in March 2026 or beyond. Follow the journey in order because the sequence does matter. It's made in a way that's intentional and it will clarify over time. If at any point, of course, you want to go deeper with personalized support, absolutely here for it. I do offer virtual and in-person coaching, breathwork sessions. A few pop-up events will be happening either online or in person here in Denver or beyond. And if nothing else, get on my newsletter, stay connected. No harm, no foul. So until then, I'll catch you out there, friend.